Schedule release day. The day that we get to figure out who the Steelers are playing in 2022. Even though we've known about these set opponents for the last several months, now it's just organized a lot better. For the Steelers, I initially thought that the first half of the schedule was a little bit tougher than the second half, but as I looked a little bit more, I think it's pretty balanced overall, whether you're talking first or second half, because it's got a nice array of easy and tough games. Overall, it is the 12th toughest schedule in the league. Not that it really matters anyway. We're normally hit with the most difficult schedule pretty consistently, and we stay winning. We're definitely more on the winning side than losing, so I don't really make too much of that. Things that stick out to me with this schedule. Number one, no 4 o'clock games. What the hell, bruh? At least that's my opinion, because I really like the 4 o'clock game time slot. I do think, though, there's those 2 late Ravens games in the season. I think it's week 14 and week 17. Both of those, if not at least one of them, are primed to get flexed to either a 4 o'clock or maybe even a Sunday night football game. And we also have that Steelers-Browns week 18 matchup, which is TBD. I'm guessing that's going to be probably a Sunday night football game or maybe even a 4 o'clock, because we're probably both going to be in contention, seeding, playoffs, whatever it is. So yeah, some games may get flexed to the 4 o'clock spot, but I just don't get why, whether it's the Bengals matchup, the Bills, the Patriots, the Bucks, or we can even talk about week 8, the cross-state rivalry against the Eagles. I don't know how any of those games are not 4 o'clock. Like the week 1 game, I mean, we are probably in the top 5 in terms of matchups, but we have a 1 o'clock game. They have the Giants versus Titans in the 4 o'clock. Like, are you kidding me? But that bummed me out. Number 2, 4 primetime games, 5 if you want to include the Thursday night game, week 3 against Cleveland. Not too bad there. I think we got a good bye week, with it leaning more towards the middle/late side of the season, because we all know those week 4 or 5 buys are just really annoying. And then 2 little things to note that you guys probably already know by now, but I'm just going to include it because it's Big Deke news. I do what the hell I want. So first, we have a Christmas Eve game against the Raiders, December 24th, which will represent the 50th anniversary of the Immaculate Reception that happened, 50 years ago when the Steelers played the Raiders in the playoffs. So that's a cool little thing the NFL decided to do there. Thumbs up. And a second thing to note is the extra game being played this year would be the one against the Eagles. And what I mean by that is this is the 17-game schedule. If this was the normal 16-game schedule, we wouldn't be playing them. Like with last year, we played the Seahawks, and that was at home. This year, we got to go on the road and play the Eagles. It's pretty simple with how they do it. It's just since we finished second in the AFC North, we go up against the second-place team last year in the NFC East. And that division kind of rotates. Last year it was the NFC West. This year it's the NFC East. And next year it'll be another division. It's kind of simple, but also they make it a little complicated. Drum roll, please. What you've all been waiting for. My early record predictions for the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2022. I'm just going to say it. 12-5. Hear me out. 4-2 in the division. We sweep the AFC East. 4-0 there. So that's 8-2. Eagles, Bucks, Raiders, could we say those are like 50-50 games? 3 divided by 2, that's 1.5 losses. Should I throw in another one just based off my biasness? That is 4.5. And then do we round up due to some type of Tomlin loss? So that's 5 losses. And that gets us to 12-5. Pretty simple math. If you guys have any complaints, you can kick rocks. I'm confident. I'll explain the reasoning even further. If we can go 9-7-1 last year, probably should have been even like 11-6, I guess. Is that right? 11-6. I'm getting my records mixed up because of this new 17-game schedule. But 11-6 when you consider the Vikings comeback, the Chargers comeback, and also the Lions tie that shouldn't have happened if Big Ben was the starter. But again, if we can go 9-7-1 last year, 4-2 in the division, with the worst rush defense in the NFL. Yes, I'll say it again. The worst rush defense in the NFL. That is a fact. Combine that with, we had an average to below average pass defense, which when you combine those 2 units, those 2 stats together, that's a below average defense overall. We went 9-7-1. But now the defense is healthy. We made some really nice acquisitions. Miles Jack, Levi Wallace. We should be getting Stephon Tuitt back healthy. I project them to be a top 5 to 6 defense, worst case, a top 10 defense for 2022. So you combine a definite improvement on the defensive end with improvement on the offensive end, because the offense last year, like the defense, was below average. The stats are there for that. Listen, it wasn't Seven's fault, though. I did a whole Big Deke news segment on it, the truth about Big Ben's last season. It was hijacked. Go watch the video. It's all there. The truth will set you free. But that doesn't take away from this 2022 offense pointing upwards, because we had a really nice draft. We drafted George Pickens, Calvin Austin III, also have Kenny Pickett, the future franchise quarterback. Revamped the offensive line completely. We got Freiermuth heading into his second year. I'm expecting an emergence there. Also, Claypool and Deontay should only be getting better. I mean, at least we hope, right? So yeah, we're going to have an improved offense, an improved defense. We went 9-7-1 last year with below average units in both of those categories. Why can't we go 12-5? As I said at the beginning, we should have went 11-6 last year. That's not too far of a stretch. And when you look across the division, like, what makes the Bengals all of a sudden like untouchable now that they're God's gift to the earth? They made it through the Super Bowl. Congratulations, you lost. But you also went 10-7 last year, a half game better than the Steelers. And it seemed like they had luck on their side and everything went their way. And then with the Ravens, looks like they got worse on offense. Doesn't look like a good strategy to me. They lost Hollywood Brown, who I think's overrated, but was still their top receiver and haven't really replaced them with anyone. Their defense definitely does look good. J.K. Dobbins will be back, but when has Lamar really done anything good against the Steelers? And don't forget, we brought Brian Flores, who, with that Dolphins defense on Thursday Night Football, gave Lamar and the Ravens offense a ton of fits. And then the Browns, come on, bro. Browns is the Browns. And it's not like Watson has done any crazy big winning throughout his career either. Only time that I can remember is that the Bills choked a 16-point lead in the wildcard game, and Watson came back. Outside of that, what has he really done? I mean, Browns will have a good team. We obviously know Watson's a pretty good quarterback, but I don't think there's any reason to really fear them. Last time we played Watson with the Texans, he didn't do anything. Now, I know the Browns, like I said, they're going to have a better roster, but nah, Browns is the Browns. So 12-5 it is, winning the AFC North. Kenny Pickett at quarterback 1. I think we're ready to roll. Football season can't come soon enough. But drop your record predictions down in the comments. What games you're looking forward to most. Maybe what games you have on the schedule. And you're like, all right, I'm going to take the trip up to Heinz Field. Maybe I'm going on a road game. So let me know all that in the comments. Interested to hear your guys' perspective and takeaways on this. But that's it. Big Deke News. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay chilling. Peace.